Evening, everybody. Hope you're okay. Now, I'm having a look at the latest B&M set, The Deadly Assassin. Comes with 3 figures. So, obviously, on the left, we have 4th Doctor Tom Baker in Time Robes, Chancellor Goth, and Lord Barusa, or Chancellor Barusa. Just got this the other day. A friend picked it up for me. In the northwest here, struggled to find them. Right, impressions. Overall impressions, very nicely detailed. Good paint apps. Everything looks good on that. They are just repaints of the Time Lord figure that came out with Series 4 Wave 3 in December 2008. I'll show you the comparisons a little bit later. And on the subject of that figure, the Time Lord here is supposed to be Barusa on the right. Him is not Barusa at all. It's the same figure from Series 4, just calling him Barusa, which I am not pleased about because I think that is cheap. Putting another figure in from another release and calling it something else without even changing the face or something. They've just repainted him. I mean, as I say, the paint's nice and put the right Time Lord symbol on, the symbol of the High Council, if you like. But that's all they've done, a repaint, and added just sort of like the communicator to the wrist, and gloved hands, and that's him. So I shall give you a look at all of them. So I can just turn him around. So, very nicely detailed. It said, usual articulation. Whoops, arms a bit stiff. What is nice though, if I can, this one, the head doesn't turn as much, slightly. Mind you, I know the actors have struggled to turn their heads in this. This chap does turn his head more. You're saying that, you can't get to turn just slightly more. And of course, so does the Doctor, just slightly more. So this is a good likeness of the actor who played him, Bernard Horsfall. Whoops, back a bit. Now I'm hoping, now that they've got a sculptor, Bernard Horsfall, who this played Goth, he also appeared as a Time Lord in the War Games. So if they ever wanted to do a War Game set, they could use this on him as a Time Lord. Of course, their robes were a lot different. But in this story, it was the first time I've seen them with all the big collars and the flowing robes. In the War Games, they were just simple black and white robes. He also, prior to that, appeared in The Mind Robber as a Gulliver, and then he, of course, played Taran, I think it's George Taran, in Planet of the Daleks, Athal. So again, with that face sculpt, they could make some more figures of him. But as for the Barusa, meh. And this, the 4th Doctor, it looks okay. I mean, it does resemble him. Give you a twirl. But, didn't notice that. Oh, just something on it. I don't know what that's on it. Dust, I think, from last night. I was doing some photos. I think so. Just a second. I don't know. Something, there's a little mark on it. Never mind. But it's still not as good a likeness as some of the others. I mean, for example, the season 18 Tom, I know it's hard to find out. There's a good likeness on that. Anyway, it's a new sculpt. Looks a bit like the Zygon one, but I've compared them face to face, and it is slightly different. And so this is them, and then the detailing on Goth is good. Again, communicator, bend it for you, a bit stiff. I wish they had maybe done the 2 Time was the Doctor and him and a Chancery Guard. It would have been better, because then they could release it again. But this Time Lord from Series 4 was released again in September 2009 as part of a Series 3 figure set exclusive to Tesco. Now I'm just going to move these chaps to one side. Now, not to show you the book cover, that's the Deadly Assassin, as you can see. I'm bringing in the Time Lord from Series 4. Right, spot the difference. Just different paint, but it's the same figure. They just repainted the robes and added the gloved hands. So kind of a lazy release. I mean, I did used to have my own custom Fourth Doctor. All I done was took off the Time Lord's head and put a Fourth Doctor head on it. I didn't make a skull cap or anything, as you can see. And this one's also used, if you see my pictures online, of Arc Infinity as head and pointing a gun at the Doctor, without the collar, because I should just remove it. It's not, actually I haven't filled it in. It's just like that. So if you want to know what it looks like without. I mean, they could release them without the collars. I mean, I'd like to see if they're going forward future. The Time was Arc Infinity, which was the Castellan, Chancellor Thalia, and the President, this time played by Leonard Sachs. Now see, if they release that Castellan, you see, he also was the same Castellan in The Five Doctors, which he got killed, you know. No, not the Mind Probe. So you could get 2 releases out of him. But there we go. That's really all I was going to say about it. I'm not going to waffle on too much. Just take him out because he's not part of the range, but I just wanted to compare it. So would I should recommend to get this? Yes, if you want Time Lords. I mean, those that have got 3D printers and that can do make sculpts of those other actors as Time Lords. But yeah, I've had them on my shelf and they do look very nice. Another Tom Baker story we have figures from. And you can also use the season 17 Shard of TARDIS with this Doctor. Although the lamp is different in that story, but yeah, that was the same TARDIS. And of course, we've had a release before twice. Once was it Forbidden Planet exclusive, and the other was a B&M one. The Master from that story, and I'll just bring him in for completion. The Deadly Assassin Master with the Sash of Rassilon. So there we go, the Deadly Assassin set. And these are all the figures that now out. And this is all we've had from that story. So yeah, I'm happy with them, delighted. But my bigger disappointment is him, because that is not Barusa. Nope. Anyway, a little bit of trivia on the story. This story, Deadly Assassin, was from season 14. First broadcast on the 30th of October 1976 to the 20th of November, 47 years ago. And it's one episode that the then campaigner, Mary Whitehouse, did her nut over, because at the end of series 3, the Doctor's in the mind is in the Matrix, and he's having a fight with Goth, who, spoilers, is actually working with the Master here. And him and the Doctor have a fight, and it ends up where him drown. You think the Doctor's drowned, so he pushes him underwater. Freeze frame, end credit. So, you know, people had to wait a week to see if the Doctor survived. And she went mad. She said that was too frightening for kids. Kids might be traumatised in that. So, if I can remember, it was edited then for future releases. I think it was edited on the VHS, or was it put back? Honestly, I'm sorry, I can't remember. But it's complete on the DVD. But that's one time when they did bow to her and cut that scene. It's a good story, and it came about because Tom Baker, for ages, was wanting to do a story by himself, wanted to be on his own, didn't want a companion. But so they granted his wish for this story. Yeah, it's a good story, quite a horror story actually. There's one scene in it that does freak me out still. As a kid, Doctor didn't scare me, but this sort of scared me. Where the Doctor's in the Matrix and he gets his foot caught on a track, the points change, and there's this train coming with this sort of figure with a like gas mask on, and it ends there. Anyway, do check out the story if you haven't got it on DVD, or not to worry. Is it on Blu-ray? Is this one on Blu-ray? Season 14. No, God, I can't remember now. Silly me. However, iPlayer. It's on BBC iPlayer. So do check it out. Anyway, I hope you like this little review or my little chat on it. So just take him out so you can see the 3 Time Lords, including the Doctor. So yeah, I would recommend getting it. And that's it really. The next sets I haven't got is the Remembrance of the Daleks, Renegade and Supreme, and the new series Daleks Bronze and Dalek Sec. The latter I don't think I'm going to be getting because I've got enough Bronze and I got a Dalek Sec from a previous release from America. That was from Al Dewar, but I've done a sort of a wee video about that before. So there you go. I should just try and bring it in a bit closer so you can see the heads. And there they are. Well, I hope you like this. Please do remember to like this video, and I'd love you to subscribe and also share this around, because I'll always be honest in my reviews, and say what I think. But to sum up, good set, but middle figure disappointing. So as a result, I will give it 7 out of 10 for that, because I mean, come on, could have just done one new head. I suspect the reason being might be because, well, as always, to save costs, but secondly, by doing Goth, they can use that head again in other stories like I mentioned before. Anyway, take care soon. I shall review the Remembrance sets when I find it, and as for any future sets coming out, there's lots of rumours out there. The 14th Doctor set and 15th Doctor, Ruth, the Ruth Doctor and her TARDIS. But, these are all rumours. Until they're announced, then I'll believe it. Funny enough, though, these rumours come from people that know those that get the sets. So I shall let you work that one out yourself. Anyway, take care. Speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.